understand me now. Sometimes I feel a little mad, but don't you know that no one alive can always be an angel? When things go wrong, I seem to be bad. I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood.
The name Casanova has become so synonymous with womanizer that the man behind the name is all but forgotten. Granted, Giacomo Girolamo Casanova had an extremely active sex life. He engaged in sexual relations with upwards of 136 separate women, among whom included women of nobility, nuns, prostitutes, Greek slaves, a mother and her 5 daughters, even his own illegitimate daughter with her mother. Yet, for all of his sexual campaigns, Casanova was not a womanizer, and thus should not be remembered as one. Casanova, instead, was quite probably a love addict. This stemming from his early childhood, in which his parents left him in the care of his maternal grandmother for the first 4 years of his life while they traveled Europe acting. As if that weren't enough for the young Casanova, his father died only 4 years after returning to Venice. This lack of love from his parents at such a young age would cause Casanova to seek one love affair after the other throughout his adult life, subconsciously trying to make up for his lost youth. In an interview with a modern-day love addict, we can see what Casanova may have been going through, though he himself probably never realized.
I'm constantly trying to fill this void that wasn't filled as a kid. I wasn't loved properly. I wasn't cared for properly. I wasn't taught that I'm worth love. And so I seek it out from others, and I have that void.
Not only does Giacomo's probable love addiction discredit his legacy of womanizing, but so too do his several sexual encounters with men, a subject of his memoirs which goes largely overlooked. Despite having sex with both men and women, it would be a mistake to classify Casanova as bisexual. His first homosexual experience occurred during his stay in Constantinople, when he and a Turk named Ishmael watched 3 young women bathe nude in a pond just outside of the dining room the 2 men were in. Both intensely aroused, Ishmael eventually convinced Casanova to have sex with him, not as an emotional act, but as one in relieving sexual desires directed elsewhere. Silly as it may sound, it was sex purely for the sake of sex. The gender of the partner did not matter. All that mattered was pleasure, with the release of sexual tension. In this way, Giacomo stumbled across a new form of sexuality, one which transcends the Western constructs of human sexuality itself. This is but a fraction of the real Giacomo Casanova. May we remember him as he was, a sexual revolutionary, as well as a possibly undiagnosed love addict, not as he has been made out to be 2 centuries later.